Look, I'm about to find out this stuff. Good morning. Good morning, Miss CG. Happy Friday. What? Oh, crap. Hold on. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Nene. I miss y'all too. Good morning, Miss My Therapy's Planning. Girl, they working on our street. And then the internet came back on. I guess it came back on about 1, maybe like 12:30, 1 o'clock. But then the lights went off. But they were only off for like 30 minutes. Good morning, Miss T. Miller. Happy Friday, TGIF. Good morning, Miss Nisi, baby. Happy Friday. Good morning, Miss Janicia. Happy Friday, TGIF. Good morning, Mr. Kira. Good morning, Miss Felika. Happy Friday. I'm so happy y'all are here with me. Good morning, Miss On an Island. Well, I knew I had a bite on my thing. Thank y'all for y'all patience with me. I don't know what they're doing to our neighborhood. Like, they're working on a street or something. First we thought that they were repaving the street. Then we said, well, are they widening the street? But they can't really widen the street because of, like, we have a really small neighborhood. I don't know what they're doing. So, because they've been digging stuff up and doing stuff. So I guess they messed with the internet yesterday. Not yesterday, but Wednesday night. And the service in my house is not, it's not good. Good morning, Miss On an Island. Did I say good morning? If I didn't, or even if I did, good morning again. Happy Friday, everyone. Good morning, Miss Michelle. Yeah, our lights went out too for like 30 minutes. It went 3 hours. Thank you, Lord. Good morning, Miss Angie. Hey, good morning, Miss Giovanna. Happy Friday. Yeah, if I look like Kermit the Frog, I don't got no lashes, okay? Oh, good morning. Hello from Croatia. Good morning, Miss Sunshine. Your girl don't have no lashes, and I'm trying to decide. I think I'm gonna wait and get my lashes done for my birthday. But I think I'm gonna just put on the lash extensions you can do yourself. I used to do those back in the day. We shall see. Good morning. We shall see. We shall see. All right, let me go ahead and get started. I was a little late getting on. My bad. So, we are on day 19, and day 19 is a good one. Especially a good one to enter into the weekend in. Even though I'll be going live tomorrow, I think I'm gonna go live about 9, 8, maybe 8. I'll let y'all know by the end of this. But day 19 is protecting your peace, guarding your heart. Our Bible verse is Esther 4:4, and it says, Then Esther's eunuchs and female attendants came and told her about Mordecai, and she was deeply distressed. Our devotion is Esther felt the weight of others' pain, but remained centered in wisdom. You can be compassionate without carrying everyone's burdens. Okay, the empaths, listen up. Good morning, Miss Naturally Reed. You can be compassionate without carrying others' burdens, everyone's burdens. Protect your peace. Our affirmation is I guard my heart and protect my peace with wisdom. Our action step is say no to negativity today, unfollow toxic social media, set boundaries, or step away from gossip, or do all three. Our journal prompt is what boundaries do you need to set for emotional well-being? So, our verse is Esther 4:4, and it says, here it is. When Queen Esther's maids and eunuchs came and told her about Mordecai, she was deeply distressed. She sent clothing to him to replace the burlap, but he refused. He refused it. So we know, the story of what was happening. Mordecai, knew about this plot, this decree that it was going to kill their people. And he was very, very upset. He had tore off all his clothes, and, that was how they kind of expressed their being upset. And she got word of that, and she became upset because, this was her uncle. This was all the family that she really had, because we know that she was an orphan. Her parents were gone. So Mordecai was it for her. And if he was upset, this man that had took his time out to raise her, then she was upset, right? So she sent the clothes to him, but he refused it. So she was distressed, right? But she didn't go crazy with it. Oh, good morning, Miss Natasha. Good morning, Miss Kimber. She was distressed as well. She felt his pain. Happy birthday. But she did not, she still had to be queen, right? She still had, the thing is, we get so caught up that we neglect ourselves and our responsibilities, the things that we've already committed to, right? Sometimes that happens when we're trying to help other people. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't help other people, but okay, hold on, y'all. The trolls. I'm not saying that we shouldn't help other people, but we still have to have boundaries even in doing that. I think that especially as women, we're raised that we need to give, we need to be helpful, we need to be unselfish, and all of this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying be selfish. I'm not saying you shouldn't help, but you should still have boundaries. There should still be boundaries involved in you doing so, right? So we're going to talk about how, as a feminine woman of faith, you can guard your heart and protect your peace, but still be compassionate, still be helpful towards whoever you need to be helpful to, right? We are both soft and strong, right? There's strength in us being soft. We are compassionate and loving, but we also know that protecting our peace and our heart is essential to our purpose, right? We can't fulfill the purpose that God has for us if we are worried about everyone else. We have to serve from a place of abundance, not depletion, right? Proverbs 4:23 says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Everything you do flows from your heart posture, right? So you have to guard your heart. It's right here. So how can you balance compassion with boundaries? First thing to understand is you have to love from a full cup, not an empty one. I'm a boundary queen. I fill my cup first and I give others the rest. If I choose. I know that's right. You have to learn how to pour from a full cup, not an empty one. Okay? A woman cannot pour into others if she is emotionally and spiritually drained. She prioritizes self-care, rest, and time with God so she can serve with joy and energy, right? We should always be cheerful givers, whether that's givers of, that's just not talking about tithes. That's givers of our time, our energy, our resources. We should always be cheerful and full of joy when we give. We should give from a place that we want to, we are happy to, right? But we can't do that if we don't have anything to give from ourselves, right? If we are depleted, if things are not going right in our lives, you can't fix other people's situation and not have yours together, right? That's out of order, and we know that God is a God of order, not chaos. That is going into a chaotic situation when your world is falling apart and you steady trying to help somebody put theirs back together. No, that's not what you do. Start each day with prayer, stillness, and the word. After I turn 37, I realized there's no reward to be the savior because no one is going to save us. Absolutely. I always used to say that. There's no reward in being the martyr, okay? You being the martyr, saving everyone, honestly, there's no reward in that. In the end, you deplete yourself. And I tell y'all, you don't want to be sick, because that translates over to your physical well-being, right? Me being depleted, steady trying to save my marriage when it was very clear God was saying move on. Even now with me having grown children, right? They will test you being grown, because they want you to do things, but at the same time they don't want you to say anything, right? They need your help, but at the same time I'm grown. Like, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. And so I have to have boundaries with my grown children. Good morning, Miss Lisa, honey. I have to have boundaries with my grown children. Okay, hey, you know even with not saying that my daughter does this, but sometimes she'd be like, well, can you keep pork chop? And if I'm doing something, I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing to keep pork chop. I love him. That's my grandbaby. He coming over this morning. But no, I can't do it. You had a baby. This is what it entails. Sometimes you're gonna have to take him with you. It is what it is, right? I don't mind helping when I can, when I want to, right? But when I don't want to, I don't have a problem saying no. And being married to the man that I'm married to, that helps even more, because he is big on that. He is big on, your kids are not going to take advantage of you. Nobody's going to take advantage of you, because I am a softie, okay? I'll be like, oh, okay. And he'd be like, nope. Nope. If he does say go ahead, rest assured there's rules on that. They need to be back at this time. They need nope. He don't. So sometimes even if I'm thinking about it, he'd be like, Nicole, you don't need to do that, because he's like, you're my wife. I gotta protect you. I don't need you stressed out, worried, and all that kind of stuff. And the same with you. Even if you don't have someone in your corner that can protect you, you got to protect yourself. You got to ask God to protect you. Boundaries will save our lives and keep us joyous, at more peace, and alive. Yeah, he don't play that. He'd be like, nah, that's okay. But we have to start each day with prayer, stillness, and the word. Recognize when you need to rest or recharge. Okay, what does that look like for you? What does it look like when you need to take a step back and take care of yourself? Recognize that and don't let that slide. We have a tendency to let things slide when it comes to us, and we need to stop, because if we let it slide, other people gonna let it slide too. She said yes, so she must be okay with it. We can't. We can't do that. Avoid guilt when saying no to things that drain you. It is okay for you to say no. There is no way that you should feel guilty for saying no, okay? Don't. Don't attach guilt to no. That's not what you should do. No family members will wear you out as if you are always obligated to say yes. 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 They will. And you're not. You are a person. Just like they can say no to things, you're allowed to say no. You are allowed to say no. You don't need permission for anyone else. And if you do, I'm giving you permission right now to say no to what you need to say no to. I'm giving you permission that if for some reason you think that you have to say yes, you don't have to. Okay? You can absolutely say no, and you're still a good person. You are still a good person. Okay? I have learned also, good morning, Miss Jenny, with my family, I have to say no. My mother, I have to say no. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to. And this is the thing, you don't even have to give an explanation. Your no should be your no, which it's a verse for that. In fact, let's read it. Matthew 5:37. Let your yes be yes and your no, no. And that's it, period. You don't gotta explain. You ain't gotta try to make people understand. You don't have to feel guilty. You are allowed to say no just like everyone else. So she sets healthy boundaries with love. Let your yes be your yes and your no, no. A feminine woman of faith serves with an open heart, but does not allow others to take advantage of her kindness. She knows that boundaries are an act of self-respect. When you have boundaries, you are learning how to respect yourself. You are respecting yourself, and therefore other people will learn how to respect you as well. Okay? They will know not to come with you with no BS. Okay? Hey, I can't come to her with the bullshiggity, because Nicole, she respects herself. You know, she doesn't play that when it comes to her, right? People have to learn how to treat you, and the only way they'll learn how to treat you is by how you treat yourself. How you treat yourself is the blueprint, it's the plan for how other people treat you all day long. So, learn to say, I'd love to help, but I can't right now. I'd love to help. I would love to do that, but I can't right now. I can't right now. Protect your quiet time. Don't let constant busyness replace your time with God. We know getting in His Word. We know, look, yesterday not being able to, I'm having a hot flash, y'all. Oh, Lord. Yesterday not being able to come on here and talk to y'all, I felt weird all day. Even though, I still looked at the devotion and, I read a little bit. I felt weird all day because this has become a habit for me. Has become the way that I fill my cup and pour out. Spending time with y'all, learning from y'all, sharing with y'all and all that kind of stuff. Like, I felt off, right? If you feel off, do what you need to do what you need to do to get up back on, right? Do what you need to do to get back on. Listen, if my internet wasn't on, your girl would be in Starbucks right now. We'd have to be a little bit quieter, but I'd be somewhere because this is important to me. I need this at this point in my life. This is necessary for me. So whatever is necessary for you, make sure you're doing it. Make sure that you are filling up your cup with what you need to fill your cup up with. Choose relationships that uplift and nourish your spirit. And I have something to say about that. Um, Definitely choose the people that pour into you as well, that uplift you, that have positive conversation, that root you on. But also don't choose people, and vice versa. Don't you be that person that trauma dumps. Okay? I have learned, um, like with me and Sheena, we have our times where we talk about different things, okay? But then we have our times where I don't, even if I am going through necessarily something, it doesn't have to be big, but it used to be that I would just call her and we would just talk all the time. And same with her. But now we have a boundary with that, that we can't trauma dump on each other because we are so close, both of us feel that, right? And I feel things when she's upset, and she feels things when I'm upset. So you don't ever want to make a person feel like that all the time. Again, we need our friends, and sometimes we just need to vent. And so we ask permission to do that. Usually, we know if we're going on a hot girl walk, we're going to talk about some things, right? But if we're going on that hot girl walk steadily, because we've been walking the last few days, every day is not going to be us talking about our problems or our perceived problems or our perceived issues, because ain't nothing a problem, an issue with the Lord, right? So thank you, Miss Jenny. So yeah, you can't treat your friends like a dumping ground, and they shouldn't be treating you like a dumping ground either. So just be careful with that. Of course, it can't be peaches and cream all the time. I get it. We are human beings having a human experience here in the world, which is not the best right now, right? We're still tremendously blessed, okay? Don't get it twisted. We are still tremendously blessed, even here in America, okay? But yeah, you don't be a dumping ground for people, and don't dump on people, right? We want to respect our friends. We want to keep that friendship open, right? If every time I call you and it's a problem, it's an issue, you're upset, you're crying. And I kind of learned this when I was sick. When I used to go through chemo and I used to be sick, and people used to ask me, well, how you feeling? Like, I didn't want to go through how I was really feeling. Like, I would give that to the Lord. I would be like, and I wouldn't lie. I'd be like, I'm tired, but I'm going to be all right. I'll be okay. Like, so much more I could have said, but I was like, no. Like, first of all, a lot of people don't understand what you're going through in that situation until they actually go through it, or they have someone really close, right? So they don't get it. And you may be really feeling a certain kind of way, but they can't relate. They can't relate. And I understood that. Like, everybody can't relate to your situation. Everybody hasn't been through what you've been through. And so sometimes we have to give it to God, and we have to journal about it and write about it. That's why he has all of those tools at our disposal, right? That's why he's here for us, okay? So just be mindful of your relationships, okay? Be mindful of that. So, oh, your girl can't see. I said I was going to find my glasses. So she protects her peace by avoiding drama and negativity. Philippians 4:8 says, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, think about such things, right? And we know that the verse goes on and on. You don't let gossip, toxic conversations, or negativity steal your peace. And that's really important with what we're going through today, right? The current administration. It's very important to sometimes turn off that TV. First of all, a lot of news that we are getting isn't necessarily the news. Somebody be talking a good game, but he can't necessarily be carrying that stuff out. And I think we let him get us excited to a point where he doesn't need to get us excited anymore. I always listen. I know for sure, because I've been through some things. I know for sure God is my provider. He is my protector. He is my peace. And I just don't be worried about it anymore. And sometimes we got to turn that TV off. We got to turn off social media. We have to stop looking at things that we don't want. It's crazy that we engage in things that we don't want. We let that go into our ear gates and eyes gate and into our body. Like, why do you engage and watch and listen to things that you don't want? Like, that's not productive. What you pay attention to is what grows. What you focus on is what grows. So if you are paying attention to the negativity, the woe is me, the toxic conversations, uh we be so tired of the 50-50 conversation and all this kind of stuff. Like, if you are paying attention to all of those type of things, but you want something else, I can tell you right now, you're not going to get it paying attention to those things. You're not going to get it letting it feed into your body. Yes, I've had to say no to the rage baiting. Yes. I don't know if y'all remember this. I grew up in the 80s. I was born in 78, but I was a child in the 80s, right? And that's when computers kind of first entered the schools, and they would say, junk in, junk out. The data you put in is what the computer, used. So if you put in junk, you was gonna get junk out. And it's the same thing with your body. It's the same thing what you watch, what you read, what you listen to. If you're listening to junk, if you're watching junk, if you're reading junk, that's what you're gonna get out. So stop. Stop. Because it all it's gonna do is upset you and steal your peace. She walks away gracefully from anything that does not align with God's peace. Period. If it's not aligning with what this book says that things should be like, your girl can't do it. I don't have time. I don't have the time for it. There is no time in my schedule allocated to mess. No, I can tell you now, life is short. Life is very, very, very short. In the blink of an eye, years pass. My grandson is going to be 1 next month. I was just holding him as a little baby. I remember computer black screens. Yes, floppy disk, baby. Absolutely. And all the computers we had back then was the Apple. Remember the Apple used to have the rainbow on it and stuff? Yeah. I remember going into that computer lab, baby. That was the best time. We used to get on the Oregon Trail. We used to have so much fun. But yes. Have a good day, Miss Naturally Reed, TGIF. But life is very, very short, and you just really don't have the time to be engaging in things that don't serve you. You really don't. You really don't. Yesterday, even though I was kind of upset about the internet and stuff and not being able to get on here with y'all, I went to the little soft play place with my grandson and watched him play and discover things and be happy. And he's getting ready to walk. He's standing up on his own. You can see him anticipating, like, should I take this step or not? It's so sweet. Seeing my daughter as a mother, seeing her with her mother-in-law, because her mother-in-law was there as well. Riley came with us. It was just a great day. That's how I like to spend my time. Okay? That's how I like to spend my life. Okay? I focus on the good. I focus on what's gonna make me happy. I don't give in to all this social media stuff and all of that. I can't because it'll just mess me up, and I don't need that in my life. So politely excuse yourself from gossip or draining conversations. Curate your social media. Follow faith-filled positive content. I have told y'all, I have said this before. I don't know if I've ever said this on our devotion time, but I have said this on my Instagram. I have a whole different profile, which, because it's the profile I've had, Severalpeoplesmama, I've had that for years and years. I think I've had it a long time, right? So there's people on us. I just don't have the time to try to go on them for all of everybody and all that kind of stuff. That's my main page. But I have another page where it's all the things that I love. It's all the things that I enjoy. It's crafting. It's planners and stickers. It's femininity content. It's faith content. All of those things are on that page, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I go to that page often. If there's not something really that I have to do, or I'm like not watching my friends' stories or whatever on Severalpeoplesmama, I will go to that page, to that profile, and I will just scroll and get ideas and see how people are, decorating their planners and all. Like, that is my happy place on the internet, right? I encourage you to start another profile, because sometimes it's hard to just try to curate the one that you have now and put, hey, Ash, thank you for being here. TGIF. Good morning. I encourage you to curate it exactly how you want it. Follow the people. Like, I don't have any, there's no shade room or any of those things. Yay, I'm glad you're here. Or any of those things on that page. It is strictly just things that I absolutely love, that bring me joy, that make me happy. And that's it. And I go on that page and I have a good time looking at stuff, crafts, getting ideas, all kind of things, seeing verses. I have some homemaking content on there, all of that. Like, I absolutely love it. Good morning, Miss Adiola, TGIF. So I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to start that page. Don't worry about having 50, 11 pages. Start that page and just put no negativity, no gossip sites, none of that. Okay? And I don't have much on that page, so it's easy if somebody starts going into that to just unfollow, right? Definitely do that. I promise it will change your experience with social media. It will change the way that you feel about social media. Because sometimes we go on social media and it's like, what mess is going on today? I don't do that on that page. It is strictly things that I absolutely enjoy and love. So please, please do that. I love that I didn't use my fitness page that's been collected. Yeah. All the things that you love, the things that you want to try, the things that you want to do, put on that page. The things that you want to learn about. The things that just make you happy, put that on that page. The funny pages on that page right now, because once you engage in content a lot, that will start showing up on your algorithm, right? On that page right now, it's a lot of nostalgia, like what we used to look at in the 80s, what we used to do. Like, it was so funny. And I'm gonna move on, but last night they had, y'all remember when we used to take the pins and we used to stick it through our skin? If you old enough, you know. If you Gen X, you know. We used to take the pin and we used to stick it through our skin, and you used to see the little pin going through your skin, and I don't know why we used to do that. We were really bored, and that's what the meme said. If you've ever been bored, this is what you did in the 80s, and I don't know, did we do it in the 90s? Maybe. I was like, oh my God, I remember I used to do that. Like, the page is full of like 80s and 90s nostalgia, things that we used to do when we were little. They were talking about the girls' pajamas and how those pajamas used to be so starch sticky, and but we loved them. We loved them. I used to beg my mama to buy me the pajamas that matched the little doll dress. Like, those things make me happy. It brings me back to my childhood. It just, yeah, I would encourage y'all to really start that page. Yes, your Pinterest account, that's a good one too. Put on Pinterest all the things that you love. Absolutely. You was too scared to do what, Miss My Therapy is Planning? Start the page. You only never got to post on that page if you want to. I post on that page. I post all my planner content on that page, but you don't got to post on that page if you don't want to. You just, the stuff that you follow. Oh, you were scared to do the pen thing? Oh, okay, I got what you're saying. You were scared to do that pen thing? Girl, I wouldn't. They was talking about how we used to put the glue all over our skin. Yeah, we used to put the glue all over our skin and then peel it off. I was like, oh my God. It brought back so much memory, so many happy memories from when I was a kid and we used to just do stupid stuff for no reason. So anyway, curate your social media. Spend time in nature, prayer, or journaling instead of dwelling on stress. Right? Elmer's had you in a chokehold. I know. It's very important that we get outside. I know that, well, I won't say this. I haven't always been an outside girly. I will speak for myself. That wasn't always my thing. I absolutely love going outside. I absolutely love going for a walk. I prefer to do my walks at the park in nature. The only thing is, here in Houston, it gets really, really hot, but we're not there yet. So this is the time where we really are outside on the patio, enjoying our weather. If I can sit outside on the patio at a restaurant, that's what I'm doing. I absolutely love sitting outside on my patio. Me and Pork Chop will be out there today, blowing bubbles. We like to run through the grass, all kind of things. Like, get outside, touch grass, as they say. Get outside and touch grass. It will change your mood. It will lift your spirits. You got to start getting outside, ladies. Happy Friday, Miss Natarsa. Oh yeah. We're not done. We like midway through, but I'm trying to get through this quickly. I know y'all got things to do. It's Friday, right? But spend time in nature, prayer or journaling. Okay, always go to God first. Always go to God first. I know we have a tendency to want to go to Google, our spouse, our bestie, but go to God first. Ask him for wisdom. I told somebody that this morning. Ask him for wisdom. He will give it to you. We have learned that over and over again. Ask him for wisdom in whatever situation, right? Nothing's too small. Nothing's too big. I pray about everything. It be stupid stuff sometime, and I'll be like, Lord, I know you don't got time for this, but I gotta tell you about it. I'm like, listen, I'll be like, Jesus, you know anyway. You know what I'm saying? You know everything. So it's not like I'm telling you a secret. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it was warm yesterday. It got kind of warm. We were saying that when we were doing our walk. But it was beautiful. It was beautiful outside. I had such a good day. Journaling is important. It's important getting our feelings out on paper. It's important. Sometimes it's good to look back on those things and see how far that we've come, see how much our relationship has progressed with ourselves and with God. So definitely journal, right? You be talking to, yes, I've always said, I'd be like, Lord, I know this is stupid and you probably really don't have time for this, Jesus, but so get on my nerves. And I don't be talking about a person. I be talking about like a TV show or something. I be talking about characters on the TV show. Like, what? Like, Lord, don't let this show go like this. That's me. I be doing stuff like that. But anyway, so spend time in nature, prayer, or journaling. Serve with intention, not obligation. Colossians 3:23, and I do know this verse. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord. Anything that you do, anything that someone approaches you with, it should be with intention. It should be with joy. It should be that you are working just like you are working for the good Lord, right? That's how it should be. It should not be you dragging your feet. You don't feel like doing this. Oh, something that I used to do. Why did I say yes to this? Why did I say yes to this, knowing that my future self wasn't going to want to do this? Why did I say yes? Like, we should never be feeling that way about wanting to do something. Ever. A feminine woman of faith does not say yes out of guilt. She serves because she feels led by God, not pressured by people. So that's good. Like, ask the Lord. Hey, Lord, is this something I should do? Is this something I should commit my time to? Definitely. Pray before saying yes to commitments. Give from joy, not resentment. If it drains you, it may not be your calling. And like I told y'all the other day, There is nothing wrong with changing your mind. It is nothing wrong with pivoting. It is nothing wrong with making a different decision. And that's why sometimes we need to not overshare, as we talked about, because we're still determining if this is something that we want to do with our lives, right? It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to say, I don't want to do this anymore. Especially if it's draining you, especially if you're dreading doing it, especially if it's making you feel a certain type of way. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to say, I don't want this anymore. There's nothing wrong with that. We get so shamed into, oh, well, you didn't do what you said you're gonna do. Well, yes, I did, but I changed my mind. I don't want to do that no more. And that's okay. That is okay. Honor your purpose by focusing on what God has called you to do. If this is not aligning with your purpose for your life, right? If it's taking you off track, even if it's just something minute, it may not be something that you need to do. We should always be living for whatever purpose God has called us to do. And if you are trying to take me off a track of that, even, people be like, it'll be really quick. No, thank you. It's still my time, right? And I still have to spend it wisely, because that's the one thing that we can't get back. God can redeem our time. He can make things happen in a quick time period than what we feel like it would normally take. However, he can't give us the time back, right? Once it's gone, right? So understand that that is very valuable commodity that you own. No one can waste your time. Only you can do that. I know we think that people could waste our time, but it's really not true. No one can waste your time. No man can waste your time, sis. I'm sorry. You may have thought that he did, but you definitely saw things that would have said for you to step back, and you didn't. Okay? And let me not say y'all, but me. I've done that too many times in the past. Like I said, I wasted a lot of time in my first marriage. Could have been divorced, could have been moved on. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve you. So understand that your time is very precious, and don't waste it. Okay? Honor your purpose. Honor what God is telling you to do. Focus on that. So she guards her heart in relationships. Proverbs 22:24-25 says, do not make friends with hot-tempered person, or you may learn their ways and get yourself ensnared. So we know birds of a feather flock together. Okay? Don't entertain unhealthy relationships, romantic or platonic. Choose people that honor God, respect your boundaries, and encourage your growth. Okay? Romantic or platonic. You can have toxic friendships. I've seen them. I don't think I've really ever had any toxic friends. Toxic men, yes, but I don't think I've ever had any toxic friends. But you could definitely have toxic friends. I've seen other people. Like, this girl ain't your friend. We've seen people like that, especially with our children, right? You'd be like, this person isn't your friend. Or even I have to explain to my daughter now that she's older. She's getting older. She's got married. She has a baby. She has a family. And I have to say, she'll be like, oh, well, so-and-so. And I'll be like, Ron Avery, they're not in the same place as you anymore. And I'm not saying you can't be their friend, but there's a lot of things that y'all may not relate on anymore, because they're still out here, having a good time, traveling the world, whatever. And you are here, nurturing your family, right? Nurturing your marriage, right? Raising your child, trying to progress in your career and things like that. So sometimes relationships are no longer in alignment with us, and that's okay. That's okay. Choose people who honor God, respect your boundaries. So if you, like I was telling my daughter, you're married now, there's certain things you don't need to be in the streets like that. And you have to choose people that respect your marriage. Y'all are young. A lot of her friends are not married. In fact, I don't think I don't think she has any friends that are married, to be honest. And that can make you go in a certain way. So you have to be careful of those things. Who you surround yourself with, who you go into relationship with, who you break bread with. Be selective about who gets access to your heart. Observe actions, just not words. And that comes with us being quiet. I think somebody said that on the devotion the other day. Like, being quiet gives you time to observe people, to see what they're really about, to see how they really move, right? Pray for discernment in friendships and in dating. Pray for discernment about everything. Pray for discernment about everything. Like, Lord, should I make this move? Should I write this email? Should I, whatever it is, pray for discernment, but definitely in people that you are going to be in relationships with, whether that be a friend or a romantic partner. She trusts God to fight her battles. Exodus 14:14 says, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. A feminine woman does not waste energy on unnecessary battles. She lets God handle what is beyond her control. Okay? That is how you drain yourself, by fighting battles that are not yours to fight. Don't engage in arguments that steal your peace. Remember what I said the other day. Hey, I don't want to argue right now. Or even, you don't even have to say that, because that kind of puts people on the defensive. But I need some space just to process this, right? I need some space to process this conversation, or to process this decision or action that you've taken, right? That's what you can say. Hey, good morning. Happy Friday. Don't engage in arguments that steal your peace. Release resentment and trust God with justice. Vengeance is not yours. And I'm going to tell you this. Listen, vengeance is not yours. Do not worry about getting your lick back. Do not worry about getting your lick back, because let me tell you, and I'm not saying, because I even had to pray the other day, because I know that God's vengeance is something else. I had to pray the vengeance off of somebody like that I love. Hey, I know they did this thing, Lord, but if you could just, lightly tap them on the hand, give them a little tap on the hand, Lord, because I don't want them in a bad situation, and I can see it going that way because of what they did, right? So let me tell y'all, you don't got to worry about getting your lick back. You don't. I used to think that, and that goes from, like I said, you don't have to punish adult people, okay? There are natural consequences for everything that we do as adults, okay? It's different with children or teenagers and stuff. They need discipline as their parents or parental figures or guardians or whoever you are to them. They need that guidance. But grown people, you don't need to parent grown people. That's not your job. That's not what you've been called to do. Sometimes even our grown children, we don't need to parent them. We just have to let the chips fall where they may. Okay? We just have to let the chips fall where they may. It is not our job to discipline grown folks. In fact, don't even get caught up in that, because you won't do anything but stress yourself out. It's God's job to do that. He has already set, he is so perfect. He is so wise. He has already set things up in this world that if you do this action, you will get this reaction, right? We know that for sure because we do it, right? So we do not have to worry about punishing people, adults. We do not have to worry about enforcing consequences. The only thing we're called to do is enforce our own boundaries, right? We don't have to make anyone pay. We don't have to get our lick back. The good Lord will do all of that. Okay? I used to worry about getting my lick back or making my ex-husband pay for all of the toxicity and things that he put me through. And he put me through some things. And when I found peace in that situation and I stopped worrying about getting my lick back, the good Lord did things that I couldn't even, let's just say, he won't give them the peace that he will give you, okay? He won't give you the peace that he will give you. He won't give them that peace. So you don't have to worry about getting your lick back. Right. We can't. Miss Lisa Honey. That stuck with me too. Ever since I heard someone say that you don't have to punish adults, that there are natural consequences. And you know that there are natural consequences. You know, when you don't file your taxes or do something, you know, like, that leads into a whole thing, right? And so that's not just for you, that's for other people too. Like, we don't have to take it into our hands to try to punish them, to give them justice, to let them know, oh, this is what's going to happen to you. Baby, pray for that person and move on. Because let me tell you, the things that the good Lord will do, you could never do. You could never do. And I ain't saying that, like I said, we should be praying for people's downfall or anything like that. Again, there are natural things that will happen that we don't even have to say those prayers, but we should just wish them well and keep it moving. It's none of our business anymore. It's out of my hands, right? It's out of my control. So, yeah. Pray instead of over-explaining or proving yourself. I've had to work through not want to get my lick back. Yeah, it was hard. I understand, Miss Michelle. Me too. I wanted to get my lick back on a lot of people. But it's not my job. It's not my job. You see when people are going down a path and, that's not where you going. It's not good. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that you need to do. There's nothing that you need to do. But pray instead of over-explaining or proving yourself. You do not have to prove yourself, okay? You don't have to prove. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to do any of those things. First of all, people gonna believe what they want to believe. We all know that. You could try to explain your way out of a situation or prove yourself and all of that, and they still in the back of their head are going to believe what they want to believe. So I let them. Like that whole book. I have that book. I haven't read a lot of it, but let them. Let them. What they got to do with you? A lot of things I put in perspective of, you know what? That's no longer any of my business. How you feel is no longer any of my business. That's your business. That's up to you and God. It's none of my business. So, a feminine woman of faith is both compassionate and wise. She serves with love, but doesn't overextend herself. She gives freely, but also protects her heart. She is kind, but not naive. Remember, we talked about being nice and kind. We choose to be kind. We are not a pushover. We are not a doormat. We are not naive. We are kind. She is giving but not depleted. She does not pour from an empty cup. You understand that you need to fill your cup up, okay? Before you go pouring out to other people, you need to make sure that your cup is full. So you have something to pour from, and you also have something when you're done pouring. She is open-hearted but discerning. Remember, we will pray for discernment always. We ask God to help us make decisions. We ask God, is this a good way to go or not? She is soft but never weak. We are soft and strong, okay? The two can go together. Two things can be true at once. If you don't learn anything else in life, understand that two things can be true at once, okay? And we want to hurry up and get them back, but his time, ooh, baby, his time would be so perfect, Miss Niecy, baby. Let me tell you. God is so perfect. He has, like, that's a smart man. That's a smart non-man, because he's not a man. Thank the Lord he's not a man, but that's a smart being, okay? He knows. He is so wise. He is all-knowing. There's nothing that you could do greater than what he could do. Let's just say that. It's nothing. Never. So you protect your you protect your heart, you guard your heart, you protect your peace, right? So I just wanted to include this We still got a little time. I just wanted to include this of polite yet firm ways to say no without feeling guilt. Because I think that a lot of times we don't know how we want to say no. And that's what makes us feel guilty, because we're thinking like, well, what does the other person think of us? Do they think we're selfish? Do they think we're mean and all that kind of stuff? Even though that's none of our business, we still, we still struggle with that. Well, I struggle with that sometimes. So let us talk about some polite yet firm ways to say no without guilt. So here are some soft and kind responses. I appreciate the offer, but I have to decline this time. I'm honored you thought of me, but I won't be able to. That sounds wonderful, but I have to say no right now. I'd love to help, but I have other commitments. That's something I cannot take on. Oh, hold on. I said that wrong. Hold on, yeah. That's not something I can take on, but I'm cheering you on. Right? I can't show up right now, but I'm rooting for you. People that want us to show up for stuff that we don't have time for, or we don't want to, because it's boring. I'm rooting for you. I can't be there, but I'm praying, girl, that you go through you get number one or whatever the deal may be, right? I'm honored you thought of me, but I won't be able to. I appreciate the offer, but I have to decline. I'd love to help, but I have other commitments. So, boundaries with love. I have to prioritize rest right now, but thank you for understanding. I need to protect my peace, so I'll have to pass. I'm focusing on other things in this season, but I appreciate you thinking of me. I have to be intentional with my time, so I can't commit to this. I don't feel led to say yes, but I'll be praying for you. Faith-based responses. I'll need to pray about that before giving an answer. I don't feel called to this right now, but I trust God has the right person for it. I'm following God's peace, and this doesn't align with where He's leading me. That's a good one. I want to serve where I'm most effective, and I don't believe this is my assignment. I need to honor my God-given priorities, so I have to decline. When you're asked to do too much. I don't have the capacity to take on more, but I appreciate you asking. I want to give my best, and right now I wouldn't be able to. That's a good one, okay? Because how many times have we had I don't want to say half, but y'all know what I'm saying, how many times we done showed up for stuff that we didn't really want to do, so we halved it if we didn't do our best job. I want to give my best, and right now I wouldn't be able to. I have a full plate already, so I'll have to say no. I need to keep balance in my life, so I have to pass. That's outside of my bandwidth right now. I often say I don't have the capacity for that right now, and I don't. When you want to say no without explaining, I won't be able to, but I hope it goes well. That doesn't work for me right now. I'm going to have to pass. I'm saying no to anything that doesn't align with my priorities. I can't commit to that, but I appreciate you asking. A soft no is better than a forced yes. Okay? We can say no without fear of guilt, without guilt, fear, or obligation, right? That's not how we operate. We choose wisely and trust that the right things will align us with our God-given purpose or season or priorities or whatever it may be. Okay? Thank you. Saying no isn't rejecting people, it's protecting your purpose. Okay? You are not rejecting people by saying no. You are protecting your purpose. A woman of faith doesn't chase peace, because we don't chase anything. We attract it. Okay? You protect your peace. You don't chase it. Okay? You protect the peace that God has already given you. Remember? He says He will give us peace. Boundaries are not selfish. They are sacred. Okay. So let me read the devotion one more time. Day 19, protecting your peace, guarding your heart. Esther 4:4 is our Bible verse, and it says, Then Esther's eunuchs and female attendants came and told her about Mordecai. She was deeply distressed. She was empathetic to what Mordecai was feeling, but at the same time, she understood that she had to remain, in her queen mode, right? She couldn't just wild out or fall apart or any of those things. And she couldn't just rush to Mordecai's side and forget all of her responsibilities and the things that she needed to do. That could trigger something for the king had she rushed out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like left him. We don't know, right? Esther, the devotion is Esther felt the weight of others' pain but remained centered in wisdom. You can be compassionate without carrying everyone's burdens. Protect your peace. Our affirmation is I guard my heart and protect my peace with wisdom. Our action step is say no to negativity today, unfollow toxic media, social media, set boundaries, and step away from gossip. Okay, remember about curating your special place on the internet, curating your social media, even if you have to just start a new page with the things that you love, right? Make it work for you, right? What boundaries do you need to set for emotional well-being? That is our journal prompts. So I hope that this was helpful today. I know that learning how to protect our peace isn't the easiest thing because, again, we have been conditioned to give. And we think that we have to continue giving to the point where we have nothing to give. And that's not what the good Lord wants for us at all, right? He wants us to set boundaries. He wants us not to have to worry again about punishing people. He's already put those things in place. Like, he doesn't want us to waste our time, and he definitely does not want us to give away our peace. So that's all that I have for today. It was good seeing you ladies. I will come on here tomorrow at 8:30. I think that's a good time. 8:30 Central Standard Time. I'm in Texas. So, and we will get on day 20, and I should have the devotion. I'm almost done with it, actually. I should have the devotion completed for y'all and be able to send it out to y'all by Monday. Maybe tomorrow. I think I'm going to finish it today. It's a beautiful start to my day. Thank you. Now, tell people at work. I know that's right, Ash. Good morning, Miss Aloma. Thanks for spending time with us this morning, Ash. I appreciate you. But I pray and intend that y'all have an amazing day and an even more amazing weekend, and that y'all protect y'all peace, y'all guard y'all heart, y'all don't let them people play with y'all. Okay? You too, Miss Niecy, baby. Y'all have a wonderful Friday, a great weekend, but I will see y'all tomorrow morning to make up for yesterday.